Coffee stains and my chains. I am such a loner. San Francisco faces got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. Lico, beast mode, 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 Lico, beast mode. This is not a main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and my chains, I am such a loner. San Francisco faces got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. Lico, beast mode, 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 Lico, beast mode.
We live. Advent of Code. Sorry for being late. Literally, as I was about to start, the fire alarm went off, so I had to dip out. I would have kept streaming, but it was so loud. All right, how's the audio sounding? We're doing Advent of Code, day 1 to 6. I don't know if y'all ever done Advent of Code before, but you're gonna learn about it today. Let me just check my audio real quick. How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Friday. Feels good to be back in my regular setup. I'm back in SF. Yes, sir. MK, what up? Maybe I'll do a 200k stream and just stream all the way up until 200k. But that might take forever. Hold up, let me grab some water. Alright, we're gonna be doing Advent of Code, and Advent of Code is I might need the chat's help because sometimes Advent of Code gets super difficult. But we're just in the early days. But if you have never done Advent of Code, I streamed this last year. So you're going to see what it's like. I actually streamed this last year. This was my first stream ever was actually Advent of Code. December... What is it? Literally December 3, 2024 was first time I ever streamed. I streamed Advent of Code. It was hilarious. Like you could see me like I didn't know how to set up the stream. This is my first time ever going live. Anything. But we're going to continue on the tradition of Advent of Code. We're going to start with day 1 and like run it all the way up until day 6. Hopefully it goes well. And hopefully nobody like hits the fire alarm. Hold up, let me grab some water real quick. Let me just check my audio quick. All right, audio's sounding good. I'm gonna just send this over to the Discord, and then we're gonna get started. Day 1 should be easy. Yo, Paul, what up? What up? Paul, how's your week? How'd your week go? Pretty chill. Pumping out code, going crazy, or just keeping it chill. Hold up, I got some. Yeah, you're just starting, so sometimes it takes a bit for like projects ramp up, and it's end of year, so. Also, Alex, who's always on the stream, is in SF right now, so he invited me out, so we might go out tonight. Might hit up some places. We'll see. All right. Yeah, yeah. Code freeze. Okay, let me just make sure everything's good. Ruben, long time. We're gonna do Advent of Code. All right, Advent of Code 2025. We're starting off with the very first day of Advent of Code. We're gonna try to get through all 12 days, but every day gets more difficult. So every question is pretty much a coding question. There's gonna be, I think, 2 parts per. I don't know how many parts there are per day, but there's gonna be 12 days, and the first few days is easier, but it slowly ramps up. And near the 12th day, it's gonna be a really hard question. Last year there was 25, but the person who runs this is crashing out and doesn't want to keep doing this no more. But I don't know why, because lots of people do like actually do this challenge. You see, he has sponsors by like a lot of big sponsors, like Jane Street, Code Rabbit, Jump Trading, Citadel, Ramp. So all these big Optiver, all these big hedge funds, and a lot of tons of different companies, Spotify, are the sponsors, and they help run this. So I don't know why he decided to only do 25 days. But I think the hard part is that he has to build all of these from scratch. Has anyone in the chat tried this before? Have tried Advent of Code? Nice. All right, yeah, it's a pretty fun thing, but it sucks how he only dropped it to 12 days, but that's fine because last summer, or sorry, last Christmas, I was grinding this stuff all the way up until Christmas almost, so I'm happy that he's not doing it up until Christmas because it is ruining like my time with my family essentially. All right, let's get to it. We're gonna start off with day one. Add some lip chap quick. Pause. Ramen, what up? Dude. Ramen, where you based? Yeah, yeah, let's run it. All right, day one. Let's go. Day one, 2025. Advent of Code 2025. Secret entrance. All right, let's see what the story is saying. The elves have some good news and bad news. The good news is that they've discovered project management. This has given them the tools they need to prevent their usual Christmas emergency. For example, they now know that the North Pole decorations need to be finished soon so that other critical tasks can start on time. The bad news is that they've realized that they have a different emergency. According to their resource planning, none of them have any time left to decorate the North Pole. To save Christmas, the elves need you to finish decorating the North Pole by December 12th. Collect stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles will be made available on each day. The second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. Each puzzle grants 1 star. You arrive... Okay, that's kind of just the context of it. So there's going to be 12 days. And each day you can get up to 2 stars. We're going to try to get 2 stars every single day. So it says... I think this is the prompt now. You arrive at the secret entrance to the North Pole base, ready to start decorating. Unfortunately, the password seems to have been changed, so you can't get in. A document taped to the wall helpfully explains. Due to the new security protocols, the password is locked in the safe below. Please see the attached document for the new combination. Bro, this is every time there's a lot of text you have to read. Honestly, I could probably just read 3 sentences and figure out what to do, but I'm going to read the whole thing just because. The safe has a dial with only an arrow on it. Around the dial. Yo, what up, what up? The safe has a dial with only an arrow on it. Around the dial are numbers 0 through 99 in order. As you turn the dial, it makes a small click noise as it reaches the number. The attached document, your puzzle input, contains a sequence of rotations, 1 per line, which tells you how to open the safe. A rotation starts with an L or R, which indicates whether the rotation should be left or right. Then the rotation has a distance value, which indicates how many clicks the dial should be rotated in that direction. Okay, so let's look at the input real quick. Oh, so it's like left 68, left 30, R 48. So you twist it left 68 and then you twist it left 30 to get another click. All right. Then the rotation has a distance value, which indicates how many clicks the dial should be rotated that direction. If the dial were pointing at 11, a rotation of R8 would cause the dial to point at 19. Okay. After that, a rotation of L19 would cause it to point to 0 because you go backwards. Because the dial is circular, turning the dial left from 0, 1 click makes it point at 99. So it's essentially like we just have a dial right here. It's like 99, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ... You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, where are we? Where are we? Yeah, dude, it's a long ass problem. You could follow the instructions, but your recent required official North Pole secret entrance taught you that the safe is actually a decoy. The actual password is the number of times the dial is left pointing at 0 after any rotation in the sequence. Okay. Because the dial points at the 0 a total of 3 times during the process, the password in this example is 3. Analyze the rotations. Okay, we just literally need to simulate twisting the dial. Left, right. And then we just need to simulate that. Like twisting the dial and just count how much times we end up at 0 and just return that result. Pretty easy. So let's go like this. So this is the input. It's a long question. But this is the input. So we just need to simulate actually turning it. And whenever it ends up at 0, we just increment some counter. So we have count starts at 0. And then we just say pointer. The pointer starts at 0. And we'll probably want to strip this to remove the new line. And then maybe split. Nah. We'll do input array equals input string dot split. We'll just split by the new line. And then we'll do for line in input array. What we're gonna do is we're gonna extract the first index, which is left or right, and then we're gonna figure out like which direction to move, right? But we're gonna have to, like, the thing is, if it's 0, if it's like 98, we need to figure out how much times we need to move this way and where it would end, right? So if it was right 2 or right 3, it would end up at 1. So I think all we need to do is minus the 99 from it as many times as possible. So we'll probably just do like, we'll take, if it's moving right, we'll take this mod 99 probably. And then just add. Oh no, we just need to add it. We just need some mod. Let's take a look at this. Okay, wait, let me think it through. Or no, what if we're going left? What if we go left? Left. What if we're at 97 and we go left 99 times, right? We go left 99 times, we're going to get to 98. So what's the math there? 97. How do we get to 98? Dude, the circular stuff is always trips me out, because if we go to right is easy. We take the pointer plus like the how much we're changing, x, and then mod it by 99, right? That will give us our right. If we take left, and then we take 97 minus 99, right? If we take 97 and we minus 99, if we go I think all we need to do is actually just subtract 97 away from it. Or we just subtract 97 minus 99, and we need to get to 98, right? I think we just go like right minus left, or I think we need to subtract the amount away from it. So if we have 97, we subtract 97, we're left with 2. Then we go, because we could just go like, okay, if we go 97, because 97 minus, how am I getting folded by this? We get -2. So that kind of means we need to go 2 back. All right. We get 97, 98, 99. Something like that. Mod works on negative. We could probably just do the math. We need to do 97 plus something equals why could we just modulo even for the left? What if we're going left? 97, 97, 97. I mean, actually, we could, if we're going 97, 97, we could subtract 97 as much times from it. -1 mod 99. Say word. Does that actually work? How's that? Holy. Alright. Let's look this up. How do you go Python interactive mode? Okay, print. So pretend we are at 98 or 97 and we have to go 99 back. Mod 99. Cool. That literally just gets us to That literally just gets us to 9. Why do we have to mod 100? 97. Why do we have to mod 100? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Tweaking. Grogu, what's up? Bro. How am I cooked already on day 1? Okay, we're gonna bounce back on part 2 for sure. Yeah. I didn't know that you could just mod 100. $97. What does that mean though? Like, cause wait. This is why I got the chat. Okay. Bro, no way. Yeah, you're right. Bro, I honestly didn't know modulo works that. I have to look that up. I need to look that up. So I guess we could just modulo everything. So we're going line pointer equals, we're gonna say the current, or we need to grab direction. I need some math help ASAP. This is actually embarrassing. This is actually so embarrassing. Get the int. Then we're gonna do, if we're moving to the right, we're gonna add. If we're going to the left, we need to, yeah, if we're going to the right, we need to add. If we're moving to the left, we need to subtract. So if direction equals right, we're gonna do one thing. Otherwise, we're gonna do the other thing. So what we're gonna do is, if the direction equals right, the pointer will equal, we're gonna take the pointer plus the number mod 100 pointer minus number if pointer equals 0, we go count plus 1. This is embarrassing. CD part. CD. Python 3 part 1. Let's see what happened. Did it say that? Dial starts pointing at 50. Good catch. Good catch. Three. I didn't know mod works like that. Alright, let's get it. -2 mod 100. Like, I don't even, like, that doesn't even make sense. There's some like other way that usually people do this. So, like, imagine they're doing 99.99. If it's over 997, if it's over 97, you subtract it, and then you get -2. Then you go 0 minus 2. Okay, that's another way we could have done it. Like, pretend we have a big number. Say we have like 197. You could subtract 97 off this twice, or you can mod this by 97. 197 mod 90. What's the remainder? We get the remainder. Yeah, we get 3. And then all we need to do is go like 0, 3 or something like that. I don't even know. Damn. We'll figure that out later. So that's the first half. What's the second part of the question? You're sure that that's the right password, but the door won't open. You knock, but nobody answers. You build a snowman while you think. As you're rolling the snowballs for the snowman, you find another security document that must have fallen into the snow. Due to the newer security protocols, please use password method 0x43 until further notice. You remember from the training seminar that method this means you're actually supposed to count the number of times any click causes the dial to point at 0, regardless of what happens during the rotation or at the end of one. Following the same rotations as in the above example, the dial points at 0 a few extra times, but it's few extra times during its rotation. The dial starts at pointing at 50. The dial is rotated L68 to point. During this rotation, it points at 0, 1. Oh. What up, what up? The number of times any click causes the dial to point, regardless of whether it happens during... Okay. We just need to figure out how much times it actually passes 0. Ooh. That's interesting. Or just we could just do some math. We could just do some math on it. So if it's like over 100, So if it's over 100, because so we could do. Let me think about this. I mean, the most brute force would literally just be. So we start at 50. Another, what up? I really need to. We start at 50, right? So we need to go left 68. So if it goes this way, it's gonna hit it. It's gonna hit it once. So we just need to see how many times it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass 0. So I think we can do that quick math that we were mentioning. So if it's gonna go to 68, it's gonna point at 82. So 50, right? How much times does 50 go into 68? We can do it, divide by 50. Equals once. That's how much time it's gonna pass 0. If it's going left. Or no. Let me think about that. No, that's terrible math. $68. We could just literally simulate it. We could be like, if it's less than 100, yeah, we could literally say another 7674. Have you already done this one? We can literally just simulate it though. We could just be like, while it's less than 100, or while it's less than 100, because 100 will get you back. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, 100 will get you all the way back. Paul, so we literally just need to track how many times it hits 0. So all we need to do is we just need to go from here. Is the input the same? What is that you're supposed to count the time any causes? Okay. Well, Paul, essentially what we need to do is we need to simulate the whole thing, but we need to keep track of how many times the pointer like crosses 0. So I'm just gonna simulate it for now. Probably you could do some math to handle it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the same code, but what we're gonna do is if direction equals R, we're gonna do while number count plus equals 1. So while the number is greater than equal to 100, because that's one full turn, we're gonna add plus equals to 1, and then we'll do number minus equal to 100, because that's one full spin. I think we can do that regardless of the direction. Does that work? Hold up. Let me actually just duplicate this. For part 2. So I can put my code out. Oh, the code is different? Wow. Yo, Squid! Wow. While the pointer, or while the number is greater than equal to 100, what we're going to do is count plus equals 1, number minus equals 100. The input didn't change though. Yeah, the input shouldn't change. What? How many lines? Oh no, but then like we need to know if it passed 0. We need to also know if it passed 0 again, like after with the last number that we had. We need one more check here. If the number because when we're moving right, if the pointer plus number, we're moving right, is greater than 100, we're gonna have to count plus equals 1 right here. All right, if the pointer, we're moving left now, minus number less than equal to 0. Gotta add that up too. Nice. If the pointer minus the number is less than 0, less than or equal to 0, we have to increment the count. Because it's going to end it at it or pass it. If the pointer plus the number count could be plus minus n. Well, when we're going right, well, we already subtracted from the number. Oh, if the pointer equals... Oh, because we're double counting there. Sorry, I had an extra thing. I had an extra thing right there. We cooked. Number... While the number is greater than 0, greater than equal to 100. We're literally wow. Or why are we subtracting 100? Okay, wait. That's wrong right there. While the number is greater than equal to 100, we don't just subtract 100. We gotta subtract like. Oh no. We have to subtract 100 because that's like one full loop around it. If we're going, and then once we end up our number, we're gonna be on the right. We're gonna be moving right. Wait. Maybe I mixed it up. The dial starts by pointing at 50. Rotating it left will point at 80, 68. We'll point at 82. Okay. Oh, we have to count how much times it passes? Okay, let's work with the example. Yeah. Let's work with the small example. 8. You already tweaked. Or no, 6. Okay, the dial starts by pointing at 50. The dial is rotated. It points at 0 once. The dial is at 52. Turning direction by number. 0. So we're at 68. The dial is there, and then we end up at 82. Why a while loop? I don't know, because I'm just doing it while the number is greater than 0. Landed at... Let's do some debugging. So this is the expected. So the dial starts by pointing at 50. Turning L by 68. Scene 0. Landed at... Landed at 82. Turning L by 30. By 30. To point at 52. Oh, we don't count. We don't count is rotated if 48 to 0. We don't count if it lands at 0. Damn, we don't count if it lands at 0. Okay. So if we're saying if it's strictly greater than 100, because we don't care if it lands. Wait, do we care? Well, right here it's saying dial is at 52. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we do count. We do care. Why am I getting 8? Let's debug this properly. Yo, what's up, Wilson? So the dial starts at pointing at 50, turning left by L68 at point, or turning L by 68. Okay, to 82. Yeah. Where's my extra count? Yes, that works. Now we're at, is located 82, right? We go left by 30. Now it points at 52. Yep. This good. The dial starts at pointing at 52, turning R by 48. Wait, what? That's point. Yes. This works, right? Okay, this yeah, it's double counting. The dial starts by pointing at 0, turning left by 5. Yeah. No, it shouldn't have counted this. It shouldn't have counted this. Why'd it count that? Like literally a hack. It's like if. So pretend we're at 0 and we have to move left by 5. But we're already at 0, so it is going to be. Yeah, we're already at 0. But we're already at 0. We could just say and pointer not equal to 0. We're at 9. If we're already at, does that work? Okay, what if we're already at, yeah, because if we're already at 0, obviously doing anything negative there, right? If we're already at like, but what if we're already at 0 here? Pointer at 0. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. This is why I got the chat. Please, let's go. Let's go. Day 1, 43 minutes. That's a fail. Um Okay, what did we fail on right here? Literally one thing that we did was like the mod. Like these things with the spinning the lock, I always flop those questions cuz it always trips me up with the reverse, but I guess you could just do like a negative um use mod operator even if it goes to the negative. Like I literally didn't know you could just do that and you get to the right pointer. Right. I didn't know that. Math trippiness. I don't trip me out. What else? What else could we improve on? Yeah, that part. What's what's the more optimal way to do this? Yeah, edge cases on part 2. Like if you start at 0, we're double counting that. Yeah, for sure. Obviously, it's gonna be negative. What if we do pointers greater than 0 right here? 6295. So if the I guess like if the pointer is greater than 0, and then you subtract the number off it, and it like passes 0, it gets into the negative, then yeah, this one makes sense. All right. I guess this is like the main thing. That's the main learning. All right, let's get into day 2. If I had to learn one thing, that's pretty much what I learned there. Put this up on GitHub. Let me remove these massive inputs. Me. You can't just like collapse these days. Can't just collapse the input string. It's annoying. Why do they have to make the input that large? All right, we almost got cooked on day 1, but let's see how we do. Delete this guy on day 2. Day 1 complete. All right, yeah, that works too. That definitely works. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to do it that way, but all right. Day 2. Holy. All right, chat. Day 2. I'm gonna send this over to y'all so you could see what we're working with. Yeah, honestly, I don't memorize opening a file. I barely have to open files in what I do. Like when you're working on backend, you're barely touching the file server, or even front end code never actually will open files. All right, is it lagging? Is my stream lagging? All right, let's get this. Day 2. You get inside and take the elevator to its only other stop, the gift shop. Thank you for visiting the North Pole, gleefully exclaims a nearby sign. You aren't sure who is even allowed to visit the North Pole. Oh, wow, it's lagging. It's lagging hard. It's all good. We're going to run this even if it's lagging. As you make your way through the surprisingly extensive selection, one of the clerks recognizes you and asks for your help. As it turns out, one of the younger elves was playing on a gift shop computer and managed to add a whole bunch of invalid product IDs to their gift shop database. Surely it would be no trouble for you to identify the invalid product IDs for them, right? They've even checked most of the product ID ranges already. They only have a few product ID ranges, your puzzle input, that you'll need to check. For example, we're just looking at product ID ranges. The ID ranges are wrapped for legibility in your input. They appear on a single long line. Okay. The ranges are separated by commas. Each range gives its first ID and last ID separated by a dash. Since the young elf was just doing silly patterns, you can find the invalid IDs by looking for any ID which is made only of sequence of digits repeated twice. Oh, wait, let me read this. Sorry if it's lagging. Chat, you back? Make sure y'all are good. Okay. Oh, lagged all the way out. It kicked everyone out. Since the young elf was just doing silly patterns, you can find the invalid IDs by looking at any ID which is only made up of some sequence of digits repeated twice. So 55, 55 twice. 6464 and 12 would all be invalid IDs. Okay. None of the numbers have leading zeros. Is a valid ID that you would ignore. Your job is to find all of the invalid IDs that appear in the given ranges. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So we just need to find the number of invalid IDs. And it's invalid because they just repeat a sequence of number twice. So it repeats this sequence twice. It repeats this sequence twice, or whatever, many times. This twice. One, 2, 7, 7. Okay. Since the young elf was just doing silly patterns, you can find invalid by looking for any ID which is made up of only a sequence of digits. Dude, but what if there's a lot of elements within that range? Okay. Let me think this through. Interesting, interesting. So we're essentially going to be given the question is pretty much asking we're going to be given a range, say 100 to 1000. Can the ranges even get that big? Yeah. As you make your way through the surprisingly extensive selection, one of the clerks recognizes you and asks for your help. What's playing on the gift shop and managed to add a whole bunch of invalid product IDs to their gift shop. They've even checked most of the product IDs range. They only have a few product ID ranges, your puzzle input, that you'll need to check. Like the brute force would literally just be enumerate all of the ranges within would be to enumerate the numbers between these ranges, and then we just need to check if if you split that string in half, is like the back half equal to is the back half equal to the right half, right? So it kind of needs to be also a even number for you to compare them. But I mean, that's the brute force. I wonder if there's a way to see how many are going to not be that are going to be of that sequence within that range automatically, or we just need to enumerate all of the all of the numbers in that range. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think I don't see a way that we'd be able to know that 1118, like this number in there, is gonna be the same front, or is gonna be the same number repeated twice. Like if we divide it by two, honestly, I think we literally just need to enumerate it and just add it up. What do y'all think? So we'll do something like, okay, let me, I can brute force it or think it through. I think the main thing is we don't really care if the digit is like odd length. What are the numbers? I mean, there's no limit. There's no real limit on the. What if it was just said 11 to this? What if it said 11 to 2124, right? I mean, how could we realistically know how many numbers between that? We could figure out every number that's a even number. But does that 456? Like for 565, 652, maybe you can go from 565 and go up until the upper bound and do the range checks. Like how much time are you trying to save there? How much time would you realistically save if you did that? Like what's the end runtime complexity? I mean, I know you could brute force it, but like, is there actually a solution that's not a brute force here? That's the question I'm wondering right now. I mean, let's just brute force it. You divide it by half and no check in the first half, then second half. What? Bro, I mean, I don't know like how much speed up that would actually give. Like, is it going to be like just divided by two? I don't get your solution, so I'm a brute force it for now. Unless you could explain it. For line and input string. Yo, JN, what up? Okay, let's start at 1,000. That kind of makes sense. We can start with 0, 1, 1. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, imagine we had 11. 11 is good. Then we add 1, 2. 1, 2 plus 1, 2. We start with 1, right? We add 0. That 2, 2, 3, 3. Hmm. Yeah, let's just brute force for now. Let's just brute force for now, and then we can figure that out after. This one's a bit complicated, so So we do line dot split. And then we say shit. And then what are we doing? Are we counting how many times? Or okay, is invalid. Is invalid. No. Like as a string. If the num as a string, we'll have the num and the num as a string, right? Or no, let's keep if the num string mod 2 is not equal to 0, return false. Return if the num string, like the first half, mid equals num string divided by 2. That gives us the middle. So this to the mid is equal to num string. So what we're gonna say here is the range for I in range num of left to num of right plus 1, because we want to include that. If no, if is invalid I equals true, or just do this. Plus equals I. And we're going to convert it to a string real quick. Like this. Where's my keytron? Oh, keytron's at 5%. So if we do int, where's that? Oh, we need to get the length. We're doing duplicate work there, but we'll fix that. You're taking me way longer than I expected. Taking me way longer than expected. See how long, dude, I ran so quick. What I know with advent of code is that some of them, they'll literally time out. I was only doubting myself because somebody was telling me that there's a faster way, right? I mean, there might be a faster way, but all right, let's get into part 2. The clerk quickly discovers that there's still invalid IDs in the ranges in your list. Maybe the young elf was doing other silly patterns as well. That's optimal was? That's what I was thinking. But no, somebody was saying something smart in the comments, and I think it sounded like it might have been correct. Well, now an ID is invalid if it's made only of some sequence of digits repeated at least twice. If it... The cleric quickly discovers... Yeah, Ramen's saying it's not optimal. The cleric quickly discovers that there are still invalid IDs in the ranges in your list. Maybe the young elf was doing other silly patterns as well. Now an ID is invalid if it's made only of some sequence of digits repeated at least twice. So this is repeated twice. Okay. So now we essentially just need to see, is this repeating some... Is this string repeating some sequence of numbers? Let me think about this. Like one brute force is check. One, twos, threes, fours. Up until half. Right? It needs to be... Like, yeah, that's one way. One way is we can literally check size 1, check size 2, size 3, etc. up until we're like at half. Check my channel link if you want to catch a Discord. Wait, let me message this Alex. He's in town. No, you can't just count frequency because it needs to... At least twice. Like, how do we check this? So we check 1, 2, 3. I mean, yeah, we can just check like the different sizes. We can check 1. How much time does 1 repeated? Can this be broken down as ones? No. Can it be broken down as ones and twos? No. Can it be broken down 1, 2, 3s? No. Or ones. Can it be broke? Oh, you just have to check like 1, 2, and 4. Because you don't need to check 3. Unless it's even. I think we just need to... We can brute force this as well. For size equals 1. So we could just recursively do that. Yo, this one's cooked. Wait, let me add a. Need to charge up my. I was getting more. I don't know if I'll be able to do day 1 to 6 at this point. Might have to stream early morning. Or get. What is. This one is cooked. Okay, how do we. Let's break it down to a simpler. Let's break it down to a simpler question. Can we break this string down into repeating parts? I think we could do a sliding window of 1. We could do like a sliding window of 1 and just see if it all matches. Or like a size 2 and seeing if it all matches. 3. Or like you can add them together, right? 1, 2, 3. Like what if you just do this? Like you double the size? And then you see if it matches. Like you just make 2 of them. If you double it and it's still the same sequence front and back, you're good. No, but like obviously if you do 9090, I mean obviously if you double it, that's stupid. Let me think this through. So suppose we have this. How can we tell this being repeated 3 times? Well, if you divide these in 3, are they equal? We could just divide these into the different chunks. So we could divide these, have of 1. If it's an odd, we could only divide it by chunks of 3. Chunks of 3. Okay, we just need to figure out like how we break it in chunks and then just chunk it. And then just make sure all the chunks match. So how do we break this into chunks? We can just do 0 to 3. Yeah, we could just, if it's odd, we start at 1. If it's odd, we start at 1. Ramen, did you already finish this question too? So we do 1, but then we do like 2, 4. If it's odd, 1, 3, 5, etc. If it's if it's 2, We do 2, we check 2, 4, 6, etc. Or I thought you, so who did it earlier? Who's saying? Okay. So I'm literally just gonna break it into the chunks. Then I'm gonna check that, check that the chunks are the same, right? We're cooked. All right. So we just need to chunk it, and if any chunk is good, we're fine. Chunk. Right size equals 1. For I in range length of num string, we're gonna go, or no, while. We're gonna start I equals 0 while I is less than the num string. Yeah. That's smart. So we're gonna see the chunk, and we're gonna just take, okay, that's smart. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the chunk. So if the size is that, what we're gonna take is like chunk equals num string up to the size. So if it's the size 1, right? Then we're gonna see if return if the chunk, how much times is the chunk? We're gonna do chunk times, dude, that's smart, size. Why am I solving? I'm solving Advent of Code 2025. So if we do chunks times size minus chunk times size minus what are we gonna do here? Return chunk times size. How much times does the size go into the string? So divided by size is equal to string. We're good. Ramen smart, man. If equals 0, we're gonna have an even case and an odd case. We're gonna say we're always gonna try 1. If check chunk of num string is true, return true. If the length of num string equals 0, mod 2. Okay, we're doing evens. Range 2 to length num string divided by 2. I'm on day 2, man. 3. Go up by 2. 2. What up? What up? If check chunk. No, I'm not full-time creator. This is, I just finished working. Why? What's up? Yo! Where's it breaking? No, I'm streaming. Oh. Please work. Please work. I'm sick of this question. Oh. Let's do the small input again. I'm not really doing recursion. Do I really need to do this right here? Oh wait, what? Oh. Okay. What's going on here? Do I even need this? Oh wait. Okay. Let's take a look at this real quick. $95 and $99. $210. Okay, that's already broken. Okay. Oh no, I'm already messing up here. Because we need to check the different chunk lengths. Oh wait. Is invalid. String I. So we're saying 99, 111. Why are we saying 210? It's insanely hard. Bro, I'm just doing day 5. 111 doesn't. Why does 111 not work here? $101 is a valid ID that you would ignore. Why is 111 not invalid though? Because it's even? Because look, it says 95 to 115. It has one invalid ID, 99. But mine printed out. I don't know why I printed out this, but 111 should count, no? Okay, never mind. I was looking at the wrong example, my bad. Why'd I get 210? Why is this going up to 210? For line and left, right? What? Oh, wait. What? Oh, sorry. It's adding. Okay, okay, okay. Makes sense. $99 and $111. That works. Where is it tweaking? $99, $1010. 181. Yeah, I got that. 222. That works. Let's see this. Yeah, invalid. I think I got it right. That still finished fast enough. Oh, we need to count the number? Yo, how'd they make the day 2, return to day 2? Let's see if I get this. Four one seven four. Okay, it captures. It gets that right. Bro, I'll push this to main so y'all can keep track. If y'all want to see my code. I think. Just do this. Input. Do this test. Actual. Getting cooked, chat. This is just day 2. So we have chunk times the length of the string. Let me grab the actual input. That's the same number I had before. It works for the test. Yo, chat, someone look at my code. Dude, this is the same. For range in 1, check chunk. We take the num string. There you go. Dude, would it literally just be like that? Like I simplified the crap out of it now. Okay, change now. Let's go. Day 2. Yo, chat, how do I read from a file again? Who set it up there? Or I could just put like I could put a const. From could I do this? Okay, right. Okay. Then all I would literally need to do is just read that in. Yeah. Okay. I'll worry about that on the next day. Let's get to day 3. Yo, we grinding. This is crazy. Okay, we're gonna do day 3 now. We're on day 3. Let me take a quick little break. Just a quick one. Dude, day 6 just dropped. Chat, y'all are saying day 6 is difficult? Day 6 is crazy? Man, we really need to improve our leak coding game. Wait, let's debrief on. All right, chat. What could we? We'll see. Do so. Was able to get day 1, but just brute force. Couldn't think of a way. Yeah, it's not optimal for sure. Couldn't think of a way to make it more optimal. Um, Probably need to like ask ChatGPT or something. So I guess like the debrief is like we just pretty much brute forced it for part one and part two, which made it easy because yeah. But I think this is one cool thing I learned is if you just take a chunk and then you just multiply it. So I guess this was coming more from the chat. Learned this operation. So honestly, I didn't know. I didn't I didn't know like how I was gonna check the chunks, but this is a easy operation. Yeah, and maybe I'll chat GPT that eventually, and also could probably read from a file instead, just to make it easier. Yeah, we could have done half, but to simplify, yeah, but like we could have simplified it a lot, but it would be interesting to ask Chat GPT if there's a better solution to this question. And maybe we'll ask that at the end of the day to see what the real solution was and what we came up with. But let's get into this. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I need to take like 5 minute break. 5 minute break. Everyone just stretch for a bit. We're gonna come back for day four. We're gonna grind it. Or what day? Or day three. We only finished the first 2 days, but we're gonna grind it out. All right. Advent of Code day 3. Let's get it. This is putting us through a lot. We're able to solve it, but each one is taking us nearly an hour, which is not what I prefer. All right, so day 3 lobby. You descend a short staircase, entering a surprisingly vast lobby, and are quickly cleared by the security checkpoint. When you get to the main elevators, however, you discover that each one has a red light above it. They're all offline. You descend a short staircase, entering a surprisingly vast lobby, and are quickly cleared by security checkpoint. When you get to the main elevators, however, another 7674, you finish this one. You discover that each one has a red light above it. They're all offline. Sorry about that. An elf apologizes as she tinkers with a nearby control panel. Some kind of electrical surge seems to have fried them. I'll try to get them online soon. Yo, Ramen, you gotta send me the code. Send it in the Discord. In the general. An elf as she tinkers with a nearby control. Make sure. Make sure my live is working good. Okay, sounds good. That's crazy. All y'all have tried this one? Or like do Advent of Code? So many people. Sorry about that. An elf apologized as she tinkers with a nearby control panel. Some kind of electrical surge seems to have fried them. You explain your need to get further underground. Well, you could at least take the escalator down to the printing department. Not that you'd get as much further than that without the elevators working. That is, you could if the escalator weren't. Dude, way too much words out here. I think the more I read it, I'll get confused. There are batteries nearby that can supply emergency power to the escalator for just an occasion. The batteries are labeled with their joltage rating, a value from 1 to 9. You make a note of their joltage rating, arrange the banks. Each line of digits in your input corresponds to a single bank of batteries. That's crazy. Yo, good luck, Alpha. Good luck, man. Did you start at I don't know. Is he on call? Alpha, do people know the news? Or it's low key? Been a while. Where are you working right now, Alpha? You can tell that you quit your last job? You descend a short staircase, entering a you descend a short stair, entering a surprisingly vast lobby, and are quickly cleared by security checkpoint. When you get to the main elevators, however, you discover that each one has a red. Okay, you're looking at a bunch of elevators. All of them are offline. Sorry about that. Elf apologizes as she tinkers with a nearby control panel. Some kind of electrical surge seems to fried all the elevators. You explain you need to get further underground. Well, you could at least take the escalator down to the printing department. Not that you'd get much further than that without the elevators working. That is, you could if the escalator weren't also offline. Well, don't worry, it's not fried. It just needs power. Maybe you can get it running while I keep working on the elevators. There are batteries that can supply emergency power to the escalator for just such an occasion. The batteries are labeled with their voltage rating from 1 to 9. You make a note of their voltage. The batteries are arranged into banks. Each line in your input corresponds to a single bank of batteries. Within each bank, you need to turn on exactly 2 batteries. The voltage that the bank produces is equal to the number formed by the digits on the batteries you've turned on. For example, if you have bank line 1, 2, 3, 4, you could turn on batteries 2 and 4. The bank would produce 24 jolts. You cannot rearrange. You'll need to find the largest possible voltage each bank can produce in the above example. Okay, how do you turn it on? Okay, you just need to turn on exactly 2 batteries. And you turn on batteries 2 and 4, the bank. Okay, I see. You could combine them. You can make the largest voltage possible by turning on the batteries labeled 8 and 9. Okay, like you can have like a double for loop. The total output voltage is the sum of the maximum voltage from each bank. So in this example, like literally literally the whole paragraph above it, last 4 paragraphs is like useless for the question. Bro, that's such a W. Alpha, do they have remote jobs? Such a W. Alpha also got an offer at Meta and rejected it. The total. Guy's a legend. Okay. We could just double for loop and find the biggest number. Let's go like that. So how do you read a file? Somebody told me, yo, someone send me the code for read a file again. Oh yeah, open with open file name as F. What? Someone lied. Yo, realistically, what in real life, I would literally just look it up like this. What's complaining about? With open. Oh, I'm cooked. Like this. Dude, I'd rather do it this way. Like I don't wanna. I don't care about the width. Dude, you're crazy, man. 2 a day is wild. Then we'll go what are we adding up? Okay, this is kind of easy. Result equals 0. I use hack. For line in input string. What are we gonna do? For a j in range like line. So we're just doing a double for loop. We could probably think of something faster, but the the double for loop is gonna work for now. If num I plus j line I plus line j is greater if line I plus line j is greater than if line I is greater than max, or we can just do this like max res equals max of max res. Been a while since I actually did these algos. Oh, turn this into a not int. $357. Okay. So give me that star. Give me that star. Continue part 2. The escalator doesn't move. The elf explains that it probably needs more joltage to overcome the static friction of the system and hits the big red joltage limit safety override button. You lose count of the number of times she needs to confirm yes, I'm sure, and decorate the lobby a bit while you wait. Now you need to make the largest joltage by turning on exactly 12 batteries within the bank. The voltage output for the bank is still the number formed by the digits of the batteries you turned on. The only difference is now there will be 12 digits in. Oh, so now you need to find the biggest combination of 12. I mean, you could just do this recursively. Like a backtracking. Like pick one. Like you can just like form it using like a backtracking input string goes array. Pointer. If pointer. If length. Or current array results. If the length of current array equal to 12, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do res dot append res dot append current array dot, or we'll do a join. We'll turn this into an int, right? So for I in range length of the input string, what we're gonna do is we're gonna current array dot append is from string at I, and we're gonna pop it like that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just backtrack on the input string again. And we're gonna say you start at I plus 1. And we'll pass in like something like this. Backtrack. We'll start a line at 0, current array, res, res, like this, res, res. Oh my god, I just updated part. I was supposed to update part 1. Copy. Or I was supposed to make part 2. Let me go all the way back before I even built part 1. Part two. Okay. So we're gonna take their line. I'm taking forever. Did it crash my terminal? Yeah, it's taking forever, but I can find a way to speed it up. Probably like I don't need to take the max at the end, and I just need to see. Like I don't need to go from I all the way. Like I can probably early return. I could probably do an early return. Y'all did everyone's algo take this long too? But I think I have the right algo here. It's just I just need to speed it up. So what's slow? Probably this range pointer. I don't need to go from one. I pretty much need to go to from one. Are you still on the first one? Let me know how that goes. Let's see how this pops. See how I can speed this up. Oh, you think it's a monotonic stack? Finish, please. How to be a monotonic stack? So we need 12, right? So we put 9, 8, 7. I'll give you a hint. It's actually sliding window. How to be sliding window. 9876. Yo, Alpha, did you try this question yet? Might be a monotonic stack. So if we have 987, we see 6. Part 2 still running. Holy. I hope it doesn't tweak out my computer. Is the size always going to be fixed? Ooh, wow. Okay. Okay, we're looking at this input right here. Oh yeah, like each line will take forever. So how can we compute the max in each line? Let's think about that. Yeah. Oh, it got killed. Okay. Maybe we just need to try like 12 digits. Okay. Well, I realized my stream chat wasn't even on. It's crazy. That's wild. When did I turn that off? This is tough. All right. Backtrack approach is not it. Well, it's not really a back. It's like not really a backtrack approach. I'm literally just brute forcing to the max. I was literally just I was just literally just brute forcing to the max. Which is just like my code is just picking 12. But I could probably just speed this up. How long does it take to do one line? Oh shoot. Okay, let me see if I can come up with a different way to do one line. Enter count. Shoot, Alex Cinema. Wait, give me a sec. Getting a call. Okay. Yo, chat. Alex is on. Alex is here in SF. We're about to meet up. Yo, say what's up to the chat. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, he hung up. We're about to meet up though. Okay. Yeah, you can ask questions. I'll try to answer it if I'm here. If I'm thinking straight. Plus I. I'm just trying to see if I could actually get this faster. We do a line. We do backtracking is cooked. Wait, let me try this real quick. Line 0. That's just like I's already number. This is cooked this way. Negative infinity. Yes. Max N. Robin, what's your approach? Yeah, maybe you just find the element like 9 and then you like go from there. And you go down from like yeah. Maybe it's like a target range 9 9. Yeah, I see. Yeah, because I want a job, but my algo skills aren't there yet. I just got to trees in terms of structures, but I hate algos and Leetcode style questions. I haven't developed. Bro, you just gotta grind it out, man. You gotta grind it out. The way I'm still grinding it out, even though I got a job, you still gotta do it. That's smart. Yeah, that's smart. Dude, that's smart. I would have not thought of that. Well, tomorrow morning we're gonna stream from day 4 to 6. Like, I don't think I'll get to day 4 today because we've already been streaming for like 3 hours. Each one took like an hour. It's pretty hard. Who's telling me sliding window? Okay, we kind of gotta ditch this test. Yeah, that makes sense. That's just simple math, bro. How did I not think of that? Um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have something like this, and we're gonna look. We have to get a size 12. Damn. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where do you work? Oh, dude, that's sick. Congrats, man. So we just need to pick here the largest because that's going to affect that. So we just pick 9. So we need find largest. So we're going to be given the input string, and then we're going to be given num. So here we're going to be, so what we're going to do, if it's num left, we need to do 0. We need to do input string equals up to negative left. Supposed to go to part 2. Yo, digital note or Alex, just it's all good. It's all good. It's gonna take me like 20 more minutes at least. Then I'm gonna like eat some chicken or something. Find the largest. So we Alex, what's up? Dude, I'm cooked. Okay. Yeah, what school you go to, Ramen? Dude, all the Toronto kids are cracked, man. Hmm. I'm familiar with that. I'm from Calgary, Alberta. So I've heard of that school. Yeah, yeah. What's a good goal for next year for someone who's been grinding development but not algos? A good goal would just be try to hit like 300 leak code questions solved in the span of a year or something like that. Try to do some daily contests. I mean, yeah, it's cooked. It's definitely cooked. Can you just take a max if it's not int? Okay, awesome. Yeah, find index. That will give us an array. Index. While num left is greater than 0, what we're going to do is we're going to get the left part. The left part equals the input string. Something like that. Decrementer, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I crushed networking OS concurrency. Are there Pats without a degree? Do you have a degree? So where did you take all those courses? Did you take those courses in? Yeah, it all really depends on what country you're from too, because the market is different in U.S. So we picked left part. Why did we get 9 here, max res? Oh, index is not moving. Oh, because we already cut off the index. I'm gonna simplify this. Hold on. I think I just need to increment +1 here. Dude, these edge traces are cooking me. There you go. Five, 6, 10, 11. What? 81111111. Why am I missing the 9? Crap, I paused. Nine eight seven 65432 1111 811111. Why did we take another one? Man, you're good with the edge cases. Please, please. How? Oh, I didn't even put in the actual. Dude, that's a legendary solution. I wouldn't have thought of that. That was real good. $20 seconds left. Yo, I got rate limited. All right. Probably we're going to lock in for like day 3. Yeah, I'm going to try to do all the days. It's only 12. Let's go. We did it. Yo, thanks, chat. I really couldn't have done it without y'all. That was a smart solution. Just find, obviously you need to find the largest one, and then the rest don't really matter. Yo, we're gonna do like the rest of them. Yo, good job, Ramen. Tomorrow we're gonna try to do day 4 to 6. If we can't get it, we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna try to get all 12 days this year, and I'm gonna stream until I get it done. That's why I need the chat, because you see that I can't just solve it myself. They get way too hard. But W stream, thanks for tuning in. That was like 3 hours of grinding, but I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna run it back. All right, catch y'all. Thanks for tuning in, Robin. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for helping me out. Really appreciate it, for real. I'll catch y'all.
This is not my main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and name chains, I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. Lico, beast mode, 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 Lico, beast mode. This is not my main thing, really I'm a coder. these things and in my chains. I am such a loner. San Francisco faces got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over.